what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. In today's video, I want to walk you through how I went from broke to financial freedom. At 26 years old, I had just finished playing in the NFL for 3 years. I looked at my bank account statement and I had zero. Nothing to show for the 3 years I had played in the league and the money that I had made. I looked around, I had no real assets either. I had spent the money on some cars, I spent the money on hanging out and having a good time, and just didn't realize that it would end so soon. But it forced me at 26 years old to figure out what the next steps were in my life. And it forced me to deal with the reasons why I was broke. So I want to share with you guys today the steps that I took to take myself from broke to financially free. The first step for me was admitting I needed to change. See, I didn't have any background in financial literacy or financial education. Yeah, I went to college, but let's face it, guys, they don't teach you anything about money in college. What they teach you in college is how to get a job. They do not teach you how to make money and become financially free. That's not the deal, right? My family had lived paycheck to paycheck, barely having $100 in savings, right? Everything we did, we bootstrapped. So that was my knowledge when it came to financial matters. Nobody taught me anything, but nor did I try to find out anything. So I had to admit I needed to change. That was the first step towards me achieving financial freedom. And if you come from a similar background and have a similar story, or whatever your deal is, why your financial situation is not where you want it to be, the first thing you're going to need to do is admit you need to change. The second step, I had to give up something. When I looked at my income, which was fairly small once my NFL days were over, I got into banking, started an entry-level job in banking, making $30,000 a year. See, that $30,000 a year salary was not going to continue paying for the lifestyle that I had created in the NFL. No, it was not going to happen. So I definitely had to decide, what was I giving up? So for me, I had to go back to my basics. I had to pay for shelter. I had to pay for transportation. I had to pay for food. I had to pay for insurance. Outside of that, I cut everything else out. No partying, no buying things that I really didn't need. So I had to give up some things, guys. But by giving up those things, I gained everything. You're going to need to give up something if you plan to go from broke to financial freedom. The third step for me, guys, was committing to a financial plan. I had to create a personal budget. I also had to create some long-term financial goals for myself. As I mentioned, I was making $30,000 a year, but I knew I had it in me to make a lot more money than that. So instead of me concentrating on the $30,000, I concentrated on, let me put a plan together so when I start making this real money, I'm already ready to go. I already have that good financial behavior in place. So my financial plan consisted of a budget that I could live on less than what I was making. It also consisted of me starting to invest in a 401k plan that my employer was offering. Now, it was a little bit of money. It was about $150 every 2 weeks. But guess what? It wasn't about the money. It was about the mindset. Because I knew if I could start developing the right behavior with money at $150 every 2 weeks, then imagine when I started making $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, what my habits would be like. I would have good habits in place. So it was important for me to commit to a financial plan. And I will tell you the same thing, guys. You have to commit to a solid personal budget, and you have to commit to putting together some financial goals that will lead you in a positive direction towards financial freedom. The fourth step for me, guys, was to give up credit cards. That's right, for a period of time, you have to give up these credit cards and go cash only. See, when we're using these credit cards, we lose track of what our budget really is. Why? Because we use a piece of plastic, we give it to someone, they give us a service or they give us a product, plus they give us that card back. And if we're broke and we're not good with money, we're probably not tracking everything we spend with that credit card. So before we know it, the credit card bill gets out of control. We don't have the money to pay it off at the end of the month. So what do? We leave a balance. And we start developing bad behaviors. Every single month, our balance continues to grow. Why? Because we got bad financial management of our money. We're not paying the card off every month. So the credit card was a big key to me changing my financial behavior with money. So I went to cash only for a while. And I will say, if you guys are using these credit cards the way I just explained, you know what I mean. You're gonna have to give up the credit cards. Even if you have a balance on it, give it up, put it away, lock it away, and go cash only. And then the final step for me, guys, I had to figure out a way to create more income. I had to. I had a family that I was taking care of, plus all my bills that I had, plus I was trying to save some money for my future. But the money that I was making at the time wasn't enough. I had to figure out a way to create more money. And let's face it, guys, the more money you can create, the more opportunity you have of investing that money and then building wealth for yourself and ultimately financial freedom. So I started creating additional streams of income. And I started making more money. And with that additional money, I was able to start investing in real estate. I was able to start investing in the financial markets more. If the money that you're making is not enough, you have to figure out a way to make more. I don't care if it's a second job. I don't care if it's a side hustle. I don't care if it's babysitting. I don't care what it is. You have to figure out a way to make more money. The quickest way to financial freedom is through making money and investing that money in assets that create wealth for you down the road. That's the quickest way to financial freedom. Well, guys, I wanted to give you those 5 steps that I adapted in my life at 26 years old that allowed me to put myself in a position where I'm financially free and I'm able to do whatever I want to do with my time. I got more choices. I have more freedom. All because I made a decision and adapted these 5 steps I just took you through. I challenge you guys, if you're struggling, think about these 5 steps. Adapt these 5 steps. Really take a close look at what you've been doing financially. If you're willing to change, if you're willing to do something different, man, you can have everything you've ever want it. Drop me some comments, guys. Let me know what you think. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel, share the video, and smash that like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.